I was still asking you out then. You were in the car, we were going to drop at everybody, there was rain. We were stuck in traffic. That's someone that I remember promising you that you will never suffer. I remember. So I remember and I said,
I'm sorry, you. Please.
What's the meaning of this?
I need, let me tell what I need now.
Don't mind that. Don't mind that. She's doing fine. Look at her. She's bigger than before now. What do you mean?
Oh my God. Hi guys, and welcome to our channel. It's been a long while.
Like 6 months or 5 months now.
So this is our Christmas gift to you. We are back finally. Like this is the final back.
Yes,
We just realized that working this thing on our own will not work. So we have a team of people from Sheda Studios. Let me advertise Sheda Studios to behind the camera to coordinate this for us. So we are here for good, high quality videos, sweet things, and an uninvited guest that is here.
That'll be
regularly. All right, guys. So it's good to be back. Thank you so much for your kind words, your messages, and all of that. We are here for good. How are you doing? You're fine. I hope you enjoyed yourself during the break. All right. So
yeah, it has been an incredible time. We have. Oh wow. So it has been a lot of jumping up and down, up and down and stuff like that. So, but we promised to give you the best this season, and God will help us. At least now we have a team behind this that will at least accountability, and then of course a lot of the work now leaves our hands directly. So yeah, so what are we talking about today?
All right. So today we're talking about is marriage 50-50. So there's been this popular video. No side talk, please, ma'am. No side talk. I just explained to you. So there's been a video that has been trending online. Michelle Obama talking about the fact that when the marriage is not 50-50, and she talked about how at the beginning of her marriage, challenges she had to face and all that. And I see that people are on Twitter as usual, angry, shouting and saying what she was saying was trash and all of that. So I wanted us to just come and talk about it. Is marriage 50-50? First of all, what do you mean by 50-50? Like, let's even break it down. What context is this? What is the meaning of the 50-50 thing? Because it can mean a lot of things. What context was she speaking about? What do you mean by that?
The context of our 50-50, I mean?
Yes.
I actually don't know the context though. I don't know the context of.
I think let me break it down because I've listened to it.
Okay.
So the idea first of all, the idea of marriage is that it's a partnership, two people coming together to start something together, to make it, to make a home and all. And she was saying that, of course, the man wants to bring his own side, the woman is also bring his own side.
It doesn't have to just do with money, Sha. Like,
no, just
commitment.
It's committing the well-being of the family. And for her, she was saying in the context of when she had a child, when she had her children, her husband was not. There's so much that he couldn't do, or he was not available to do it, or he didn't want to do it, or he didn't do it, and she felt that she was overwhelmed with Valo. I'm making noise. She was overwhelmed with taking care of the kids. In fact, she cited an example of when she had the children. When she had their kids, and her husband would just say, "I'm going out to golf." And she was like, how will you go say you want to go out to golf, to go and play golf while I am dealing with these kids at home, I'm dealing with house chores and all of those things. So so she was saying all of those things that at a point in their marriage, she was the one giving almost everything. Like she was giving the 80 or giving the 90, while her husband was giving the 10%. And she was not trying to tell us that in marriage, it's different seasons, in different aspects of marriage. There are times when your partner will not give their 80%, they will not give their 100%, or will not give the 50 that we say that you should give 50-50. Will not give that 50, would give less than that, whether knowingly or unknowingly, and she was saying that in that 10 years of the season of that time when they were having children, she had resentment against the husband because of all of those seasons and time. So
okay, that was when she said she could not stand in.
Yes.
Okay. It doesn't even. Wait, let's even say this is possible. How do we measure it? how do we measure 50-50 in the first place? Because there's this argument that stay-at-home moms, there are some people that feel that stay-at-home moms are not doing Jesus. Sorry. Sorry. Yeah, come and sit down. Big guy. Oh yeah, sorry. What do you want? Yeah, there's a way people see stay-at-home moms. There's way people see them. There's way some people think that they have it easy. Stay at home throughout the day. They're not doing anything. It's the man that is doing all the hard work, going to work, having meetings and doing all this thing. And there is also a new perspective to it now that staying at home, mom, in fact, there's what we call stay-at-home fathers now. That they stay at home and do all the homework as well. It's now a career. It could actually be a career. It could be something someone does every day of his life for a season, right? So now, how do we then actually measure the amount of work she does as a stay-at-home mom, as against the man that goes to work? So I'm trying to make a point that we can't even measure 50-50 in the real sense of it. How do we measure it?
I think what she actually meant is that she felt that her husband, let's not just look at it generally. She felt that in the aspect
I'm not speaking to her.
I'm saying generally. That the aspect, because why people are angry is that why will you be the only one raising your kids and your children and your husband was not around or is not available. So the issue is that we take it as aspect by aspect. So I'm saying that when you're raising the kids, is it going to be 50-50? When it's going to be money, is it going to be 50-50? When it's house chores, is it going to be 50-50? Because that's what people are saying, that when we are talking about the overall well-being of a family, we break it down into different things. We are just saying that should it be 50-50? Should we contribute equally? If we are not contributing equally, why are we not contributing equally?
That's the point I'm trying to make. That we can't even, you cannot even start to talk about something you can't measure.
If you cannot measure it, then how do we now know what is
there is nothing like 50-50. Number one, that's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
There should be nothing like 50-50 because number one is we cannot measure. That is number one reason why 50-50 marriage or even any kind of relationship does not make sense to me. Okay. That's number one. Number two, life is more. We have said it a lot in this channel that things are much more tilted towards or should be tilted towards strengths and weaknesses.
Okay.
Of course. This also has to do with the understanding that service. So I don't really enjoy this thing, but then I have to do it. But should not be that she has done this, I must go and do this. I don't know if it's making sense. That's why I say that 50-50. So I'm bringing the money because I'm the one making all the money. Then let me go and sleep. Do all the work in the house and kill yourself. Because if you're talking about 50-50, those things will start coming up, and then one way or the other, it will tilt on one side, and one person will burn out. But 50-50 does not make sense. Do you have the strength for this? Do it. This thing, none of us have the strength to do it, but we have to do it. So we figure it out. So my own is that 50-50 does not make sense for two reasons I've mentioned just now. We can't even measure it. We can't measure it. There's no way we can, because in fact, our agendas are different. The things that you have grace for, I don't have grace for them. The things I have grace for, you don't have grace for them. If something happens to the car now, it's my business. It's my business. We are traveling, flat tire. I'm going to be the one responsible for it. Maybe you will help me. If it's at night, maybe you help me with touchlight. But who's going to drive the car? Me. Like if you're in the same place and Valor pulls, it is most likely if she was with you, I don't know I would change the diaper. If she was with me, there is a chance that you will collect and change the diaper. Of course, there's a time to that it is me that will change it. So I'm just saying that these things just have to exist in the spheres of the graces we have and the strengths we have. That's the way I see it. 50-50, it almost makes sense, when we are talking
about it,
but it's not practicable. One person will make more money than the other.
Okay, let's say, what if, like in the case of Michelle Obama, what if you're saying that...
And that her case, I mean?
We are saying that it's my strength, and maybe the guy is saying my strength is to make money, and the woman...
I know where you're going.
My strength is to make money, and the woman is at home doing, and she's getting, because she said she was there. What was what she used? She was when she was angry, she was really not happy with the situation because she will have to be with the one.
Maybe that was the case in their own case, I mean. Maybe she wasn't
Yes,
working
and
at her,
she could not walk. And I
Yeah,
remember I was speaking with some of my friends at the time where she just had a baby and her husband. She felt that her husband was going to work, made her cry. Like she just felt that her life was just there. Like her life was paused. She could not move on to do other things. Her life was just there. She couldn't. And her husband, maybe it could have helped. Maybe it could just that life happened that she was the one that was doing all of the things at home and all of those things. So if you are saying that everybody should hold their strength, what if one person now becomes overwhelmed? Because as much as we say that take your strength and all, there are some things that as much as our strength, we don't enjoy doing them. We just have to because this has to be done. So what happens in that case where someone is overwhelmed by their own part that has been given to them?
Yes, now that's why I said we must also understand the place of service.
What if the person is not overwhelmed? I know it's service. I know that I'm doing it for people.
all of us are overwhelmed. You know? We cannot be overwhelmed. I'll give a practical example.
Okay.
I can't count how many times they say I burned out because of work. I love programming. That's where I love it. But it has now become work. And when anything becomes work, you can burn out. No matter how much you love it. I burned out countless of times, and sometimes you may not even notice. I deal with it. Particularly because there's nobody else in this. I have to do it. I have to pay the price.
Bills, yeah.
I have to pay the bills.
Yeah.
And you cannot do it.
I can't do that. I know my glory and my destiny.
So
enter hard work.
So I cannot. It will be very irresponsible for me to now say, I'm overwhelmed and Tolu is not helping. I mean, does that even make sense? But if it's something that you can help with, I'll be the first to go and tell you, say, I'm tired. Please help me out. Exactly. So now, let's bring it back to this case of childbearing, because I have actually heard women and ladies make this statement that he just resumes work. What do you want him to do? No, let's talk. What do you see? Don't get me wrong. I understand that you gave birth and it's real.
But sometimes it's not that they want you to do anything, it's just that they are feeling things.
Wait now. I know.
Yeah.
I am not invalidating their emotions.
Yeah.
They are real. You're right about it. I know what these things. In fact, I'm talking about that one. So you just had a child, you are overwhelmed with all these things. Sometimes it's not even that you are tired, it's emotions. They almost have secreted in your body and they are real. But the man still has to work even for the sake of the diapers you have to buy to take care of the baby. So we cannot exactly say blame the man for resuming work. He has to. I must tell you that not all men actually find it comfortable after childbearing and leaving the wife and go to work. It's not always, but men will never talk about it, and it's understandable why they will never talk about it. It's a show of weakness.
Yeah.
I will not talk about it. I have to resume work. It's sometimes this men, majority of men, from my perspective, has to resume work as a sense of duty, sense of responsibility. Okay, I didn't go to work. I tell my boss, my wife just gave birth. He's going to tolerate me for a few days, but 2 weeks, guy, are you drunk? How do you make money to take care of the family? Is it the child that you're looking at and that will give money? The same wife will complain when you stop making money. I mean, but then there is a place of balance and empathy.
Yes, and in place of having these conversations.
Exactly. The conversation has to be, you have to have the conversation.
Yeah.
But beyond conversation yourself, you have to show empathy. Because when you have conversations with that empathy, it becomes, why are you chatting on me? Why are you right? Empathy, when you are there, when you are around, what do you do? Does she feel your presence? When you're coming back, what do you buy? Do you call to ask, do you need diaper? I remember those times when I go back to work, I'm always either buying diaper or misbuying. I even misbuy the diapers. I buy the wrong brand. And I get to, are we ever seen me buy this brand for? Yeah, sorry. Sorry. But at least you are doing something.
Yeah.
So I think that's how we can balance it, because see, we cannot answer all the questions of life. We can never figure everything out. Some things have to suffer for some things to work.
I actually feel that many of the time having conversation about this thing makes it work. I remember I told the story of this movie I watched, this movie that I've been training for a while now, about this cancer.
Okay,
So at the point when the man was breadwinner of the family, so he got sick, his leg had to be cut off, so he was a chef, he couldn't cook anymore. So his wife was doing more of the cooking. the man now stepped in, doing the house chores, because obviously he cooks, takes care of the child. But the woman started realizing that the child was now too familiar with the man. She was not even talk to her and all. So she had to voice her and say, yes, I'm doing the work. I'm not complaining that I'm bringing the money into the house. I don't have a problem with that. But I feel that on the norm, I should not be the one doing this much work. I should be the one closer to her. I feel that I want to get closer to her now. And the issue was now, okay, so how do you now make money? If you drop some of the jobs, how do we now make money? And the man now, okay, since I am a chef, I cannot go outside to cook outside. Let me start teaching people how to make food in this house. So he was teaching people how to make food in the house, making money. So the wife had to cut off some of the jobs that she was doing. So there's a balance.
Some sense of
so if they had not spoken about it, that would have caused resentment, anger, and all of this. So there are many times that people are having resentment about things.
And they are not discussing it.
Like, I remember when we just got married, I was for a long time very pissed with him. How can a woman be that they grow in that is an adult like this, that cannot cook, that cannot wash anything, at that time say Tim can carry a car for 1 month, like, he will not wash it, he will not be carrying it up and down. No, I just realized that I realized that when I spoke about it, I just felt that. And when I said it, I just said that I don't like the fact that I'm the one doing this one, I'm doing this one. And I realized when I spoke about it, I just felt okay. When the car was dirty, we go with the car like that. And I was not, he knew.
No, I started watching it sometimes. Then I found someone in church that was
that's not even the point. I felt that.
No, I watch the car sometimes, so it's not.
I just wanted them to know that sometimes it's not in the you change, it's the fact that you know that I am angered by this. You know that this is what I'm doing. So, like sometimes when we have issues about don't take drinks all the day. I'm always taking drinks, and I know he still takes drinks. But when I come into the office, I see that he hides it somewhere. So I saw it and I said, he knows, and that's the most important thing, you know. You understand? So sometimes people the other partner just wants you to know that I'm worn out. I'm getting burned out, or I'm the one doing all of the house calls. I'm tired, or like Tim soaked a duvet for like 2 weeks. He soaked the duvet there. 2 weeks. Sherry, the one that has entered inside the duvet, the duvet I soaked it up, the duvet now dried. The duvet has dried though. I left it. I said, Tim must wash this thing. Because I don't want that soaked it. Make sure that I shall carry the duvet and I washed it. And I went to go. When I washed everything, I said, the duvet that you did not wash, I've washed it.
Actually, I felt very guilty when I saw you washing it.
That's what I want. That's what.
I pretended as if I'd not seen it.
I don't have a problem. I didn't have a problem. I didn't have a problem with washing the duvet, but what I've come to say, yes, I've said it, I feel okay. So sometimes speaking out is not because somebody is angry or wants to start doing that thing. Just want the person to know that I'm covering up for you.
I don't like this.
If you can adjust it. First, sometimes I say that somebody is when you are doing that thing and you are having a sense of guilt and all, somewhere there just thank God he already knows that what he's doing is wrong. And for me, I feel that marriage it's not a 50-50 thing. I feel like it's a 100-100 thing.
Yeah, it has to bring your best.
I feel like bring your best. I know it's not easy sometimes, and this case that I'm talking about, this scenario is a marriage that is stable. Because there are some cases where one person will be doing everything and the other person will just sit down idle. We're talking about those ones need another kind of,
it's a spiritual problem.
No, another kind of counsel. But an ideal family, everybody should bring their 100. And the truth is that your 100 at a point may not be your 100, your own 100 may be 20 or 10 for that family.
True.
Do you understand? For example, now your 100, you can be doing so much, like all I can do, but yet it's not enough for the family. Okay. And the other person eventually now becomes like a 20, and the person that is doing the 100 is not doing the 100. So let's not. So that's capacity.
It can't be equal.
It can't be equal because different seasons, different times, and that's why I actually said that so that we can give our best. If you have a goal, say our goal in this family, I want to buy a new car. And the other person, you know that the one partner is the one working hard to bring it in your plan. If you feel that I can have an alternative source of income that can help, maybe when we will send me the last chunk of money for the car, while I can do something small, so that we can use that for upkeep and all. Why not do it? You understand? Not just that 50-50 thing is a throw your car, like throw my car, and nobody. But when you have the mentality of I want to bring in my best, I want to bring in my 100, sometimes you don't even look at one other person, is just let me do the best I can do. I see the person is not there. But once the two partners have that in mind, that I bring my best, you bring my best, then everything makes sense.
Yeah, and then different seasons you change your 100 that you claim to have been yourself.
Yeah.
At different seasons, your 100 will be different. It could increase, it could drop based on life cycles, economic realities, and stuff like that. Because my 100 last year is not the same 100 this year. That's gone up. Gone. Same for you. We started took a store like 3 months ago, 2 months ago. I must tell you one truth. I'm very relieved by that. I'm so relieved. I feel so relieved. You have not been asking me. You need money to buy pepper, and take my phone and transfer. I feel so relieved. Money is not leaving my hand. Like I don't know who I was telling. Because I came in like I'm alive.
Because it's easier to save the bulk of money for something serious.
Yeah, the only thing that money comes out of my hand or our purse for is fuel for the office. This thing, want to service the car, want to do, but all those daily spendings is not leaving. I don't like money leaving my hand like that. So point is, 100 will be different from time to time, and then what our family will demand from us from season to season will differ, and it is. Okay, this is going to another dimension. But what I'm going to say is, it's good to be sensitive to know what your family or your marriage will demand from you in the next season. I already know what is. I now, as I speak now, today's 28th. I have a sense of what is demanded of me next year. I know already. I've already sensed it from fire switch. I know what Shada House will demand from me. I know what this marriage will demand from me. I know. So I think sometimes too we must know to prepare, because sometimes just hit you, bim, unprepared.
Yeah.
And then you could lose balance and stuff.
And that's actually cause resentment. Like now, Vala will be starting school. I know that they will start doing more breakfast, lunch, and all of those things. Then you have to wash uniform, you have to get her ready, her hair has to, not before I pack her hair, just go anyhow it is, we just go like that. But now you have a child of the among like you said, you know, like someone that is a beggar.
And then now I know that I need to either stop working too late, to wake up early, or work late. Wake up early, drop her in school, and come back to sleep. I know that the demand is coming on me very soon. Yeah. And that demand is that now we have to start thinking of a new car to balance up, to take care of our school fees. Then school fees, two things. I need to put structure in place for our business, increase our income to be able to cover that, because taking her school fees from our current income does not make sense to me right now. So the only logical thing for me to do is increase the how do we increase our income? So we need to always be sensitive to these things. This next season, it doesn't have to be next a new year, like next month. What is the new thing happening in this marriage or this home? Then what do I have to do? What is my own responsibility in that? How do I prepare for it? That's the thing. So I was asking recently, but this project I'm taking now, can we actually do this project? I told myself it is hard. But then what's the consequence of me not taking this job or this project? We need the money. We really need more. There was a price to pay. I rationalized it and I decided to pay the price, and we took it, and it has done something for us. So most times it is about responsibility. And then so you have to, I think that's that.
Yeah.
So 50-50, personally, I think we agree that 50-50 is actually unrealistic. Apart from that, it doesn't even make sense. It is not even realistic. It's not a competition, it's a partnership. It's a partnership.
And when people are coming into a partnership, they bring in their best. I do my best, what I can do, and we'll discuss it. And it's very important that you're discussing it. So that one person is not doing 100, one person is doing 100 and doing their best, and one person is just being, just relaxing, thinking that person is doing everything and is happy about it. So it's good that we have that conversation. Oh, I'm thinking I'm doing too much. I think you can do this too. I think you can do this better. I'm just doing it because I'm not doing it. So it's good that we have that conversation. Let's know when it's tilting. And like you said, that we cannot really measure. But the people in the marriage should be able to say, I think I'm doing too much. I feel like I'm doing.
No, you will know. You will know. You will notice. You will know. You will feel it. You will know when you are doing too much, or when the person is doing less. It will be print to be on the wall. Except if you are unreasonable, I can't remain. But you will know. We will always know. But we can't gauge it, but you will know. No, it's like intuition. It's like just that sense of consciousness. You will know. So I think that as intending couples or married couples, I think these are the things you be conscious of. Don't give room for resentment in your marriage. When you are doing, even when you feel you are doing a lot, recognize it. Is it that she's lazy, or she just cannot handle it or cannot do it? So it's only you that can answer that question. I don't think anybody in the world, no matter how trained they are in terms of counseling and stuff, has the template for this thing. you know, you on your heart of heart, you know who you married.
Yeah.
So you know who you married.
If you marry this person I marry cannot work. The person's strength is in the house and all of it. So you don't just now wake up one day and then say, why are you not working? I'm pressured, I'm stressed and all of those things.
You signed up for it.
You signed up for it. So if the person is at home, let the person, maybe if you now have a conversation, so what can you do beyond what you're doing now to help? I feel that now the economic situation have changed. What I'm bringing now is now 500%. I'm bringing 50%.
I just remember something. I was working late at night in our home office. I was tired. And I still had a lot to do. I was incredible. I was around 3 a.m. in the morning. See, I was supposed to do and I had to go to church very early in the morning, following morning. And I was like, why are you even doing this much work and stuff? And I remember that day, we went to that business school. No, it was not business school. I was still asking you out then. You were in the car, I was going to drop at anybody, there was rain. You were stuck in traffic, that's someone that. I remember promising you that you will never suffer. So I remember and I said,
I'm sorry, please.
What's the meaning of this?
I need, let me tell what I need now.
Don't mind that. She's doing fine. Look at her, she's bigger than before now. What do you mean?
Oh my God.
So I remember that day. If I remember the clothes you wore that day, you wore a red top and a skirt. Me, I wore one multicolored that shirt that you hate like this. That was the shirt I wore. I remember and I promised to Lou that she will never suffer. If I don't do this thing, she will suffer. And I finished that thing in 30 minutes.
Mad. I like that.
So what's it? So sometimes.
Okay, let me also give my own testimony. That is not be like only like your 50%.
What is this?
No worry, just joking.
So know what you signed up for.
Yeah.
I can't complain.
And you should always see that service. So sometimes when I'm making research about what kind of food can we eat, what kind of recently I was making research on cookwares. I wanted to get some reports and someone was asking me, why are you taking so much stress? Why are you stressing yourself? Why can't you just use the normal percent for that? I'm responsible for the nutrition of my house. And this is that we're having issues with cancer and all of those things. If I can help my household get some sickness away from their life, is it not good? Is it not the best?
I feel guilty right now.
That
I criticized that thing you put in that food that day. That I said I cannot eat that. I abandoned the food. You put
is it turmeric?
Not turmeric.
Is it that garlic?
Yeah, garlic. It was too much in the food. So after I dropped the food, I sincerely could not eat it. But when I got to the office, I started telling myself, no, and it's for the good intentions. But I hate this thing. How do I cope? So I felt the guilt. But yes, and I started telling to myself that if not for what Olu is doing with nutrition, food, and other things, I would have been very vulnerable to, malnutrition and all these things. So I think what we were saying earlier is that one must be conscious, right? One must be conscious of what he's doing, what the other person is doing, and then when you know who you married and you know what you signed up for, you'll be fine.
Yeah. So I think we have.
With this point of ours, I hope we have been able to convince you and tell you in the best way possible that shun the temptation to go with the 50-50 narrative.
Yeah.
Instead, go for bring your 100 and only get together with someone that is willing to commit their 100.
Yeah. Don't marry coconut head.
Don't marry coconut head.
And if you're already in a marriage where it looks like everything is disjointed, one person is doing so much, please see a counselor.
Go back to God.
To do what?
Yeah, you're married a goat now. What you married is a goat, don't buy grass.
God. What the word is this? Do you know you should have empathy for people? Have empathy.
Empathy does not make you. Sometimes you need to give it hot. If you're a goat, if I call you goat, it's not an insult. It's a description of who you really are. Please let's
discuss that. So please, if you are in a marriage because things happen. I wanted to say something happened, but let me not say that. Let's not use coarse language. So if anything happens, let's see a counselor. Take them out to see the counselor together. But when you're having conversations about this commitment, and one person is saying, "I'm doing enough. I can't kill myself.
Don't disturb me."
So it's good to see a professional that you guys respect, and you can get on from there. So let's not take too much of your time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for watching. We are back. We're back. We've said it. Believe it this time. We are back. We're not going anywhere again.
I need to stay committed to this thing. Please follow us on Instagram.
Yeah, we are back on Instagram too.
Hello.
Yeah, we are sharing back-to-back content on Instagram. Please follow us on Instagram. Like this video, comment, share this video on your status.
And also on Facebook. Yeah.
And everywhere, share it.
And
first person to win.
No, they are not we
get a trip to Dubai.
You will get a trip to
By
Shida
faith.
House. Yes. Yes, Dubai. Then follow us on Facebook. Follow us on Facebook. And then please, when you are done, before you are even done, at this point, okay, you're already at the end. Copy the link, share it on your WhatsApp. Tell your boyfriend, your girlfriend.
Becoming the Ayodeles, they are back. And if you have any topic or you want to talk about, you can. So you have questions, you want any questions, you want answers to anything, you send us a mail at therealayodeles@gmail.com and we'll respond to you as fast as we can.
Yep.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
God bless.
Bye.